It says we're live.
Yeah, lies. Like it always does.
Like it always does.
All right, folks. Sorry we're a wee bit late, or not. Hell, I don't know.
We're just on time.
Are we then?
Just on time.
Well,
I'm sure 2 minutes early.
sweet. Donate here to keep a roof over our heads. It's kind of wet out there.
Just a little.
The elders have spoken about water from the sky. I didn't quite believe them. Anyway, if you drink coffee, and these are really nice guys, get your coffee here. Let them know you heard about it from us, so maybe they'll send us some more.
If you need coffee to fuel your coffee-flavored coffee stories.
Or if you need coffee to keep people unstabulated.
Bing.
Okay.
I haven't murdered anybody yet. The day
Not
is
going
young.
there. I'm not going there. Not going there. Okay, today being Tuesday, it's book day. Jim isn't here. He's got an upgrade to his eyes. He's now bionic.
Yay.
So he's gone to have his eyeball poked and prodded.
To make sure it works.
I would think it would be obvious right off the get-go, but oh, no. I'm not a doctor.
Yes, Kortnee needs more coffee.
Ian needs coffee. Ian really needs coffee. Okay, so books from Raconteur Press. Pinup Noir is closing the end of this month. That'll be number 2. Send us stories.
Pinup Noir 2, yep.
What had happened was also closes at the end of the month. Send stories.
Send stories.
And Space Cowboys 4 also closes the end of the month. I would say send stories, but I think they pretty much
people have sent stories. So the stories, if you send them today, they might make it to Space Cowboys 6.
Good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, good problem to have.
We're running on lots of Space Cowboy anthologies.
If they'll sell, we'll do them. If they'll
people
sell,
like them. Yeah.
If they stop selling, we'll move on to something else.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say the first Space Cowboys is available on Nook and Kobo.
We went live.
We went live.
We went wide.
We went. So, Space Cowboys, Ghosts of Malta, and Knights of Malta are all available wide.
All of our. Yeah.
So what wide means is that they're available not on Amazon. They're still available on Amazon. You can also get them at Barnes & Noble, at Kobo. We actually have them set up so that you can have your local library order them.
Yay!
So yes, they're available to Overdrive. And the pricing for libraries is interesting. I went as low as they would let me because I would like to see our stuff in your local library. So if your local library has an ebook lending program, you can get Ghosts of Malta, Knights of Malta, and Space Cowboys 1.
Which is a good point. For those scum-sucking pirate snow pimps who put up our stuff on the dark web so that Poe people can read our books and they can make a decent penny off the side for their altruism. Remind them there's libraries supported by your tax dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So people can go to libraries and get copies of our books that we still get paid for, unlike the scum-sucking pirate sites.
And some of us even do benefits for our local libraries.
Some of us even do. If you will ask me, I will probably, if I've got the time and the spare books, I'll probably send stuff to your libraries.
Yep.
Or you can donate them.
I know our local library has copies of all of my books, all of Jim's books.
Yep.
Should have copies of all the Malta books.
They've got the first series of a lot of files.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I understand having been poor, I understand there's poor people out there. Don't steal our shit. So
no, there are no Acre of the Gods.
Not yet. Not yet. Jonna would like me to remind y'all about the recipe book.
Yes.
It's due DLIT 14.
October 14th.
That looks like DLT to me. It's due DLT 14. There will be one recipe per page.
So,
Do you see submit on there anywhere?
oh yes, submit one recipe per page, which means you can put 5 recipes in an email, but only one per page because of how we're organizing
I'm
this.
glad you understand that.
Yes, there was a conversation.
12-point Timmy's. Name, email, rackpressrecipes@gmail.com.
Yep. So
For
typical.
those of you who need a screenshot, there you go.
It's our usual format, 12-point font times New Roman. Yep. 12-point times. Make sure you have your name and email so we can contact you about if we have any questions, and so we can credit you for the recipe.
That would be nice.
Telling people, hey, this is this person submitted this recipe. If you don't like it, you can shout at them.
Also, remembering that this is a pay raconteur press, we can't pay y'all. And we wouldn't try, honestly, we wouldn't try anyway, because if we get 40 different people in there, the split is worthless.
Yeah. So this is actually a benefit for the blanket fort. Keeps the lights on, keeps the air conditioning running.
Keeps the lights out at Motel 6.
Yes.
So, Pimp Law 2, send us stories. We need stories. What happened was, send us stories. Space Cowboys 4, if you send stories now, they'll be in Space Cowboys 96.
But still send stories, because not every story that gets sent is going to make it in. I am actually writing do better letters. Probably.
I like lectures.
Probably this week.
Rewrite, resubmit.
Yep.
How many recipes per person? As many as you want to send.
Mm-hmm.
But one recipe per file. Don't stick 14 schoolie and chili recipes on one document and send it in. I'll have my what happened was in by the deadline. Oh, good.
Excellent.
Squirrel recipes are Peanut Gallery's mentioning squirrel recipes. If they're edible, send them.
Is there a picture for Pinup Noir 2?
Is there a picture of Pinup Noir 2? There is somewhere.
Cedar has the cover.
Cedar does have the cover. We've still got some adjusting to do to it. So yes, we have a cover.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I was meant more like there was a picture that was supposed to be the inspiration for Noir 1.
Same picture. Same one.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, we got so much stuff that wasn't actually inspired by that pinup. I don't mind. We're still using that as the inspiration, but run with it.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, it's not. It can be inspired by something and go in a completely different direction. It's just wherever that picture takes your brain.
Steve Diamond's Cyberpunk was. We need more of those.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, if you're listening, that's a hint.
I might be threatening him in person at $20 again.
Oh, good.
So we'll see.
Threaten Larry too. Just get out. Just get a step stool out when you do.
Yeah, I don't think Larry is as susceptible to threatening as Steve was.
Just wave a shark at him. He'll be fine. So
I'll ask Bridget.
No Mongolian yak herder. Oh, remind Bridget she owes us recipes, by the way. No Mongolian yak herder.
She's in Paris. She'll get them to us when she gets them to
us. In the background, we have Sanford and we have Lloyd. They're back there in the peanut gallery.
Yep. Jennifer, you're still in the running for the next one. If you want to adjust it, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you are. Yeah. If you did not get this is awful, please don't ever talk to me again, which you wouldn't because your story was wonderful.
I've sent one of those.
Well, so have I.
What did we ever do?
Dear God, why?
What the hell? You've taken these innocent words and murdered them.
What you've done to the English language with this paper.
Good. Considering the English language is 3 kobolds in a trench coat mugging people and going through their pockets for spare grammar, that's saying something. I have nothing against the Mongols. I do have stuff against a word processing file that's used by 3 of them. And somebody decided to send me 2, as a matter of fact, because they've got jokes. Send me 2 of them. Let's see. Yeah, I giggled. The cover of the Icewind Dale source book, if you look in the corner, there are 3 kobolds in a trench coat. Makes me laugh every time. We don't give a damn about APA format or anything like that.
APA is the devil.
We don't give a damn.
Wait. APA format in creative writing?
Right, exactly. We don't care.
Yeah, no.
Just send it in a docx. Send it in docx. Don't send it in yak/herder.smurg. Okay. Easter egg the yak herder.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Of course they did. Of course he did.
I remember that. It made me giggle. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Some of the Easter eggs in the stories we've gotten have been.
Well, I like Easter eggs actually.
I do too. And if you make me giggle, it's more likely I'll enjoy the rest of the story.
If you've read the Sten series, Alan Cole and Chris Bunch, if you read the Sten series, I've read it. It is my second most read. Stars My Destination is the book I'll read no matter what. And then Sten series is a close second. And I'm still finding Easter eggs. It is that book is nothing but one long Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
So Tom Rognaby's on here. How's the he's muttering about latex. How's the recovery doing there, Scooter? Also, y'all need to come get your cats.
I'm not taking a cat home before a con. Thank you, but no. I have
If I could have gotten the pickup started today, I'd have walked in here with a cat in each hand and gone, here.
No, we're not killing Henry with a kitten. We might torture Henry with a kitten, but we're not going to kill Henry with a kitten.
Okay. As long
I know. There are people who have offered.
Yes. I need to come get them faster. Well, I came home and found a blue jay pining for the fjords all over the front porch.
Are you sure it was the kittens and not something else?
There's
enough hawks and stuff around there that
my porch is covered.
The
blue jay looks like it exploded right in front of my front door.
Yeah, Mom brought home a snack.
It exploded. And the Tux kitten came out from under the potted plants with a blue jay feather under his nose. It's like, well, that's not a threat.
They would love
Look,
our backyard.
Human,
They would love our backyard.
this is you if you don't bring the gushy foods.
What's better than my backyard? My neighbor has goats, and they apparently got a book.
They got a book or a buck?
A book.
Okay.
And there is books scattered all over his backyard, my backyard, the street. I mean, the goats are enjoying this.
And the only one I can't get hold of is Little Smoke.
Yeah.
And the Little Smoke cat is probably the smartest one of the bunch.
Likely.
Because it keeps doing the Gandalf at the bridge imitation until I get really close and it takes off. It's like, whoa. I have been cussed in 14 different languages, including cat, from that little. She's just sure that I'm about to grind kitten's bones for bread or something. I don't know. But
aren't you?
The other two are like, the Tux is like, you will bring gushy foods and you will do it now.
Mm-hmm.
And
they've decided that you're their staff.
The mackerel's like, I don't know about this, but I'm willing to be convinced. And the new Little Smoke's trying to do an exorcism the hard way from the inside. Like, wow.
So you have 3 cats now.
I do not, because I have 2 dachshunds, and my dachshunds have a body count in kittens already. So if I keep the cats, sooner or later I will have 3 little graveyards out, 3 little graves out back.
I have 6. My wife is pining for one, but I have 6.
I said, if Rita wasn't allergic to them, and if the dachshunds didn't already have a kill count, I might keep 1 or 2, but I can't. That, or I'll start posting pictures of kitty graves and drive the guilt home with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, we will. The kittens will find a home. I promise.
Kitty graves. I bought a little shovel to make kitty-sized graves.
And Halloween is coming.
Well, you know, I've heard somebody can 3D print you some little headstones for the graves.
I'll do little crosses, and I'll post a picture on Facebook.
Sad Kittens Initiative.
Sad Kids Initiative.
Mhm.
I have said since I got to go to Cedar, no cats. So we got 2. We can't have another one.
Okay. I can't have any. I have dachshunds
Mhm.
who have a kill count already.
Yeah, so it's okay. We'll find a place for the kittens. There are
And-
others who have offered to take them. This has to be after the con.
Oof.
I know.
We've got these bloody huge owls, and when I say when they get on top of the Methodist church, there's a mated pair, I think, and they'll perch on either side of the crossbar on the cross on top of the Methodist church, and their heads are above the top of the cross.
Mm-hmm.
They eat squirrels, and these kittens aren't any bigger than squirrels. So
Meat Hall says he will take them.
read above slacker. What?
Start seeing them.
They can probably support a few more
Okay.
porch cats. Yes.
Okay.
So, and I've known cats that have attacked foxes. So
Oh yeah, but not these.
not these ones. These ones are tiny. They're like these big. It's adorable.
Cats or a fox is like, oh look, kitten nuggets.
Just watch the ghost one. Is going to be attacked by a fox, and it'll come pouncing back with half a foxtail in its mouth.
That one, I have no, I have no doubt that one. I'm gonna eat your fucking heart.
Yeah, Kortnee. Mama cat we have weighs maybe 10 pounds now. When we adopted her, she weighed about 8. She went after a 40-pound dog.
Mm-hmm.
The mama cat that we thought had disappeared apparently went out for cigarettes. She might weigh 5 pounds. She's scarce. She's not much bigger than the kittens.
Right.
Yeah. No, and Sarah offered to take some, except she's got cats. She's got other kittens on the way. So Becky Jones wants 2 of them.
Okay, good.
So there we go. Like we have places for kittens to
I
go.
see what your problem is. Take them down to Pecan with you, and when people come by to get swag bags, just take a kitten.
In which vehicle, Sanford? The one that my very allergic lady's going to be in, or in yours?
Well, could be mine. I'm not going.
Because mine is going to be full of books and
No
nonsense. Which I have more books have been arriving every day for the last week and a half.
The pile, every time it comes in here, the pile of crates of books, and I do mean crates,
Mm-hmm.
it gets bigger every time I walk in here.
And I have more books to take with us.
Oh, good.
These
Outstanding.
are the covert cover. I got them
The
done.
the sneaky cover?
The sneaky covers. The no longer fits in the dude where's my shirt category.
The trust me, I am not smut category.
Oh no, trust me, I am smut.
Tasteful smut.
The book you can read on the bus.
That's
So
no
there are-
fair. That's no fun.
No, but these came out actually really well. They're
Look, Karen,
really
what I'm
nice.
reading.
These came out really well. They look
They
really
do.
nice.
They look really good.
So I will have these at Pecan.
How many do you have?
I have 2 of each.
That's it?
Uh-huh. I have 2 of each. I will take pre-orders for more
Oh,
because I have to. I'm doing these through Draft to Digital, so you can actually buy these at Barnes and Noble. But
yay.
I make like 15 cents off of each one.
Oh,
if you
boom.
buy them through me, I actually get a higher profit. So I'll be taking pre-orders if anybody wants more than the 2 I'm taking with me to Pecan. So you can make covers that say improvised explosives on these. I have no problem with that. So no, I'll make a couple dollars if you order them through me. So I'm not trying to. I can't say I'm not trying to make a profit. I am making a profit on these, but I'm not trying to gouge my readers. These are specifically because people asked me to have books that didn't have shirtless men on them, so they could buy them and so they could buy them and take them home.
Look, Grandma, I'm reading.
I don't know with that title though. I keep thinking bondage porn.
What about that says bondage porn?
Bound to an alien engineer.
Bound to the Alien Engineer.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not porn.
It's tasteful smut.
It is tasteful smut. There is stabbing involved, and not just intimate kind.
You went there, didn't
I
you?
did. Actually, it's got one of my favorite scenes. One of my favorite scenes is in Bound to the Alien Engineer. It takes place at not LibertyCon. And the main character is modeled after a friend of mine who is a nurse. And she gets mad at her intended and stabs him with her hair stick. And then he chases her down and asks her why she stabbed him. And then she realizes he's bleeding on him. He's bleeding on her. She's like, no, we have to get the blood stopped. He's like, no, we're not stopping the blood until you talk to me.
All right then.
It was probably one of my. I wrote the entire book to get to the scene where he's like, no, you put the hole there. You get to deal with it.
All right.
It was fun. I giggled the entire time.
Yeah.
If you've read the book, you understand why that scene was so funny.
Stabbing is always lives up a party.
Yes, Jennifer read it.
Regardless of the stabbing part,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things I really like about your books is your erotica is fabulous, and no, it's not porn, and your relationships are healthy,
Yes.
which a lot of the books like this are not. They're
No,
just, they're not shades of gray, but
Mm-hmm.
they're healthy, which
Yeah.
is a good thing.
I just
Which
want
was
to
the
point out,
goal.
I got looked at by Jonna at the "and it's not porn" comment, and I'm the only one who didn't say anything about it being porn.
I said it was
Okay.
tasteful smut.
Which it is.
Considering I'm now working at a raisin farm around elderly ladies. Yeah, no.
They have no filter, and I love it.
No filter. And I'm starting to understand why your great grandma had 12 kids, because they sit there and tell me.
Yep. In detail.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all you got is fond memories.
And those are probably the last ones to go.
Well, yes, they have a physical component and an emotional component, and usually some kind of verbal component. So yeah, actually, it has all the things that will keep a lot of memories stay.
Yes. But when you have a 99-year-old woman telling you,
Offer her batteries.
no, her second husband was a good man, but she didn't have any stamina, and Lord, she missed getting railed by her first husband.
I would too.
You're not going to tell random strangers talking on a phone.
Women will.
Yeah, I've discovered this.
If I was 99 and had nothing left but a charger, then yeah. And I couldn't remember how to use it.
You never hung out around a bunch of little old ladies, did you?
I am now. Oh, damn. Let's come home and sit there with a gin and tonic and just hope you erase everything. Because, goddamn,
I think the
last 4 hours.
electric gargle blaster for that.
Last 4 hours needs to go away. Okay, moving on. Why are you giggling? Why are you giggling? Yes.
I don't know if we send this one, we might break him.
No.
Jesse, you assume I have a filter. I know when it's appropriate to speak about these things, but
I have been very quietly in a corner, minding my own business, writing, and they forget I'm here. And then I leave.
we don't forget you're there because we notice when you leave and go, okay, good, he's gone. Now we can talk about the good stuff.
She's not exaggerating. I have been around enough women to know.
No, I know that sometimes they don't know I'm there because I went, oh, God damn. They went, oh, Ian's here. No, I've taken it when more than two ladies are here and they're talking, I go ahead and leave.
Coward.
Exactly. You catch on quick.
Sometimes discretion is the better form of
No kidding.
Ian, I got
It's
trapped.
113 degrees outside. I've got a roast in the oven. Zip.
I got trapped by 3 female Marines who were discussing, complete with interpretive dance moves, the gyrations it took for them not to stop a convoy and have to make a restroom break. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? And they're like, we can talk to you. I'm like, gee, thanks. Can we talk about anything else?
That's one of the reasons people say you're not exactly approachable.
Why? You let me throw things at you.
I didn't let a gummy dick came flying across the bar and landed in my ravioli. What the hell? Might as well talk this one.
Because you needed one. I mean,
Obviously.
because they were fun to throw. Strategic withdrawal. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
113 degrees. I'm going to go walk home.
Mhm. No, I know. My son, I occasionally feel bad for my child. Well, my oldest child, but I occasionally don't. Well, because he's gone with me to cons, and he hangs out with the adults, and people forget he's not an adult because he's pegged as 20 for 5 years now, and he's almost 20 now. He'll be in like a month. I have a 20-year-old in a month. I'm not okay with this. But
And why isn't he in the army already?
would you want to put him in the army? It wouldn't survive. No, he's going into I'd actually put him in Navy before I'd put him in Army for various reasons. But that's
Oh, you want to drown him. Okay.
Just remember what Mixner said about the Navy. It's like going to prison with a chance of drowning.
So you want him drowned. I see how it is.
No, he's good. He's actually anyway. Sorry, but he's been at the table not just during the Cards Against Humanity games, but when me and my friends who are nurses get really drunk and discuss anatomy. And so he gets not only an anatomy lesson, but he gets dating advice along with it, which is hysterically funny.
I'm just thinking of the other day when a bunch of 90-year-olds gave somebody's great-granddaughter dating advice.
It was probably good advice. I'm willing to bet they had advice.
I'm not sure how to put this delicately.
I'm sure it was explicit, and her future husband will be very happy for it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, moving on.
And moving on.
Book reviews.
What are we reviewing something?
I'm just thinking we need more reviews.
Also, pecan.
Yes. Oh yeah, we have pecan coming.
We have
We
pecan.
have pecan.
Pecan this weekend.
Yeah.
Pecan gonna be interesting. We're slacking. I haven't broken yet, so leave me alone. Pecan and review. We'll do reviews after pecan. I've got a full schedule. If you want the full law dog, y'all need to come to pecan. because I have a full schedule.
Oh, Jonna, do you have his schedule printed out? Because
You adjust it?
I adjusted it.
I have a fuller schedule.
I get messages at 12 a.m. telling me what kind of changes I need to make to the schedule.
Con chair at midnight. I'm like, I was asleep.
Yeah, I get an email at 12:10 asking if I was awake. And I was not. I may have gone and answered a couple of questions. But that was, yeah.
Very much at home.
It was I will go answer questions, but I'm waiting for the drugs to kick in so I can sleep. But it was fun. But yes, I've gotten adjustments to the schedule. I have one more adjustment to make today, and it is the very last. I swear to God, if she asks me to do it, change it again, I will hurt somebody.
No,
The very last. Swear to God.
So every con I've been to, I've done a maximum of 2, maybe 3 panels. I'm doing those in a day, and they are
So-
interesting panels.
This is the Law Dog schedule.
The first time I ever moderate, my first time as being a moderator, in which I'm going to teach people why you should not have me as a moderator, is Dungeon Master 101, which, you dirty-minded idiots, basic tips and tricks for being keep your minds out of the gutters, role-playing games. As a long time
Playing.
tabletop role-playing games,
Yes.
Playing game.
dirty-minded. Opening ceremonies, yeah. Of course, the No Shit There I Was panel. If there's no shit there I was panel, I'm going to be there.
Mhm.
Saturday, 10 a.m. Who the hell thought this was a good idea? Coffee.
Yes. So there's it's coffee with the guest of honor. It's actually you have to buy tickets for this, and it's a round robin. The guests are going to be at their tables, and you get coffee and a pastry, and then you have 5 minutes to talk, and then the timer goes off, and you have to move to a different table and have 5 more minutes to talk.
So speed dating for nerds.
Speed dating for nerds. Exactly
Usually
what it is.
guests that have to move?
No, the guests are staying at their tables.
Okay.
And then everybody who bought a ticket comes in with gets their coffee and
Because
pastry.
me moving through a crowd at 10 a.m. uncaffeinated is a bad idea.
We will sit you at a table and hand you coffee.
Get out of the way!
And you'll notice that I am not on any of
Oh,
these.
you have her. Questions from the hat. Apparently, y'all get to write questions.
If you have specific questions you'd like to ask and you're not coming to PCon, please do send me an email. But I will privilege the ones that are done at the con first.
So if you've got questions you want to ask, I may or may not fold them into a paper airplane and sail them at you. The other 98% of the military, reading?
You're going to read something.
So you want me to sit there for 30 minutes going,
You're going to read aloud to an audience. Hopefully, you'll have an audience. But I've had an audience of one person waiting for the next guest every time I've done a reading. So and no guarantees.
followed by a
But-
signing.
Yes.
If I haven't run them off with the reading, they'll hang around for the signing. Future weapons, fun. Writing funny.
Humor and fiction.
Wow.
So it's not like a little curly cues.
Writing funny. Okay, Comic Sans. The charity auction. 8 p.m. on Saturday's a charity auction. Me and Kelly Grayson. I am probably, after the writing funny and the reading, going to be somewhat lit. You might want to be there. We will shake you down for money. There will be shaking down for money.
If they ask you nicely, they might actually shake you for money.
For an extra $5, I'll shake you for all the change in your pocket. Sunday, what's new with Raconteur Press? Followed by my favorite monster. I do have a favorite monster.
I know.
Animal companions?
Mhm.
Seriously? Okay.
Read the description.
We're probably talking about cats.
Oh,
She's talking about the adventure with the pet pig.
the description. A discussion of the animals as sidekick, familiar, etc., and why monkeys are the best. Monkeys are not the best. Monkeys are devil's oven mitts and need to be fired out of air cannons at sufficiently tuneful objects.
Yeah, huh?
If I could fire a monkey through a wind chime, don't think I wouldn't do it. That's why you did it.
That's why I did it. That's why you were the first person I put on the panel.
I have something. I don't know if we showed this last time.
This is what happens when you ask Corey to make quite last minute changes, and she's only slightly tipsy.
So
Yes, Cedar, I did apologize for that, and I will take you off of one of them if you'd like me to. But yes, you will have food delivered because I didn't intend to put you on 5 in a row.
thanks, Jesse Barrett. Pecan will be the debut of the Wiffle Ducks.
Those are, they fly so wonderfully.
Apparently, Jesse was worried I was going to take somebody's head off with a rubber duck. So he printed some Wiffle Ducks. Apparently, I am able to fast pitch these as hard as I want and not injure anybody. Challenge accepted.
Yes, Cedar, there will be food. I promise we will make sure that you have something to eat.
The one with the top hat is not quite as well balanced as the rest. It's probably the first one I want to throw. These are fairly well balanced, actually.
Yeah, that actually, I had to stop and think about how I was moving my arm
Yes,
when I tried to throw that one.
I don't have an issue. Wiffle ducks will be flying. If you come to the Raconteur Press, what's new? 11 a.m.
11 a.m. I could have put it at 10 a.m.
Why you insist on putting me on stuff before noon?
Because I have to, if I have to be on that one, you have to be on that one. And I wanted to make sure you were done before the guest of honor thing at 1 o'clock. So, which you're not on, but I want people to be able to take the.
So anyway, at the What's New Raconteur Press, we will be debuting Wiffle Ducks. So if you have a question, and assuming I can see straight, I'm not cross-eyed, you will have a duck pitched at you. So come for What's New Raconteur Press, ask a question, get smacked with a Wiffle Duck.
They're fun.
Yes, they are. New stories or new books. Childhood friend of mine, James Totten, Jay
Oh, yeah,
Totten,
he just did his first one, right?
did his first one. He's for a first time ever, bearing in mind that this is his first time and he's a grunt. Jim is a knuckle dragger of the finest kind. But he uses words with all the delicacy and precision of an arclight strike. So he needs some editing, but he's going to get better. He's got a great vision. Just bear in mind, his first book is the first book by Oog. And keep that in mind. But buy his book. If you buy his book, he'll write more, and we need that. We need more folks writing. Very short story that is evocative of Clancy and Weber battle details. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Jay write good.
Mm-hmm.
Buy Jay book.
It was good.
Yes, he write more, and he's actually there's a lot of folks that they need to read this sort of thing. He's multiple veteran of GWAT, good guy, Mustang. Started out as enlisted, made it up to Master Sergeant, I think, and then the Army did a override on OCS. So he got his railroad track. He retires a captain, and boys, he's good people. He's been whenever we came back to the States, he was one of the guys in Momstown that was always there when we came back and was always a good guy. Let's see. Really, so there I was in a good way. Army Center Grammar School. The Army appreciates Jay for his ability to drop warheads on foreheads. And I have stories about what he did that I will tell when I'm drunk and not in public. Um, he is very good at the Army's prime directive, which is killing people and breaking their stuff. He's really good at killing people and breaking their stuff. But buy his book. Kelly Grayson's got one coming out. Red Leg, worse. Kelly's, doesn't he have one coming out? Kelly, you got one coming out?
He had a cover reveal yesterday.
Yeah, the Azazel. He did a reading online from the intro to Azazel. So I'm hoping he'll do more of that at because he's got a reading at PCon as well. Kelly, I think you're the only person working more than than he and his. And he'll actually be playing his first tabletop role playing game.
Yes, he will.
And he'll be
I'm going to do a reveal of a present for Kelly because I can.
Oh, you can.
Yes.
Is it on the box? Oh, that one. We need to combine. Yeah, anyway, there are so many boxes.
Yeah. So, also by way of Jesse Barrett, since Kelly has never.
And they're playing Pathfinder Second Edition.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wally is the GM. He's going to be playing with Chuck and Jane and.
Chuck Gadden is going to be playing. Kelly Grayson will be playing Chuck Gadden.
Chuck is a rules lawyer and will use everything he possibly can to win. And yes, he wins.
Jesse Barrett's a long time. I think he's on here, isn't he? Probably.
Yeah,
Jesse's a long time gamer. And Kelly, like I said, this will be his first time ever playing a role playing game.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jesse, as a gift from a longtime nerd to a brand new nerd, made this. This, it's holding a lot of dice.
It's really cool.
Yes, it is. It's really cool. The top and the bottom screw off and reveal two complete sets of gaming dice. Two complete sets of gaming dice. And then you look at the top. What you do is you scroll that on top. You take this, turn it upside down like that, and it is a dice tower. So that's going to be Kelly's gift. So he will be able to play his first ever role-playing game with not only a complete set of dice, but a dice tower, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Red and blue might not have been random color selections.
I can't imagine.
But no, and then when he's done, he can take his dice home. Bloody hell.
As long as you don't lose them first.
Yeah, well, we don't lose them first.
And there's going to be some pretty cool stuff for the charity auction.
I mean, if Kelly's going to get into his nerddom, we might as well do it right. So after one compact little carrying case. Kelly, I think Kelly's on here, isn't he? Don't miss a D4, John. You know how many dice I have in? Y'all don't realize how many dice I have in here. One of these days, we'll take a look at my dice collection, and the dice I have here are not my complete dice collections. I've got a crap ton of dice. Yes. Jesse Barrett. He did it on his printer. It's a great little setup. Very impressed.
Yeah.
You did good work, Jesse.
There's another set that I have to talk to you about, Jesse. So we'll talk. Because Logan has a birthday coming up. You got more dice. Why did you get more dice? Neil, what are you doing?
What? I got more dice. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's.
You playing Warhammer as orcs and need a brick of 6-sided?
No.
Shadowrun. If you ever played Shadowrun, you have to have fuck you 11 D6s.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the other set that you sent I think Logan would love for his birthday. So yeah, but that will be a reveal at the charity auction.
I started playing D&D in 78,
Youngling.
Jeez.
78 or 79. Don't make those noises to me.
Really?
Like my parents hadn't met yet.
Really?
Seriously?
Seriously.
My wife was a month old when I started playing in 77.
Oh.
My wife was also.
Yeah.
I was native year 78. All of y'all can go pound sand.
No, my parents
Just
got married in
Go
1980.
start my
Like,
Geritol IV and grab a chain.
Don't grab mine.
Yeah. Paranoia. Oh my God, I love paranoia.
Computer's your friend.
The computer is your friend. Yeah, I started. We were in. Might have been. It was either 78, 79, or 80. It's a long time. Shut up. Long time ago. Shut up. But yeah, I've been playing, and I was the dungeon master for decades.
Mhm.
We ran the same campaign from 83 to mid 90s.
Wow.
Ever run a tune campaign?
Yeah.
Ever run a tune campaign?
We did.
Yes, Ben, I got the Hackmaster files. I was so excited. So I was saying the first time I ever met Chuck Gannon was at 20 books to 50K in Vegas, and we were playing the edition of Dungeons and Dragons that came and eventually became first edition.
So the 77 blue book.
So the
No,
little
you talk about they became AD&D or actual D? You talk about chainmail?
it was the books that they used when they were developing the first edition.
So was it like a cover? Was it blue?
No. These were like little chapbook
Okay,
Yeah.
style,
that's
like
chainmail.
Chainmail. You play chainmail.
so. But it was the yes, the little brown books.
Yep. Chainmail,
So that was
which is what I started playing.
So yeah, that was, and of the two people that survived that game that went 2.5 hours longer than it should have was me and Chuck.
Sir Brass, AD&D is not second edition. You had chainmail, you had D&D, then you had AD&D. There's a difference. You had D&D Basic, D&D Advanced, and D&D Expert, and then
The 80s. You had chainmail.
Yep.
Chainmail became D&D, which you got the first box set, which had a picture of a wizard and a fighter and a dragon on its sword. And when you opened it up, the books inside were blue.
Yep.
And they covered the first 10 levels.
and you got blue dice with a white or yellow crayon.
Yep. Then you also got the advanced D&D, which was the Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, the Monster Manual
Right.
at the time, which,
That was AD&D.
right, and that picked up at level 10.
That was white.
No, you started level 1 AD&D.
Well, yeah, you did, but it was essentially the box set expanded out to all the rules.
Right.
And then
Because-
in 82, they went with basic D&D, which was the one where you could play a dwarf as a character, not as a race. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which they didn't change, and then expert. But yeah, like I said, I started playing chainmail in 77.
Think about D&D, the AD&D, the core books of AD&D, which was the Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, really fleshed out D&D because D&D, the original box sets were, in my opinion, limited because you had 3 alignments. You had lawful, you had neutral, and chaotic, and that's it. And then AD&D expanded those out, and we're getting geeky.
Yes, and Neil was saying that you would enjoy Dungeon Crawl Classic, which I brought you the books before. Dungeon Crawl Classic is actually based on the original D&D before AD&D,
Really?
and you have to run a funnel to play it. You get 2 characters, and if they survive the funnel, those are the characters you play with. And the funnels are hysterically funny and bloody. So yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, then you had what they refer to as D&D second, Second edition, which Unearthed Arcana was the second edition, and they really threw a monkey wrench in the works. I mean, Ed Greenwood, bless his heart, came out. He let TSR, he let them borrow his Forgotten Realms, and knocked a whole bunch of that back into because a lot of the alignment, a lot of the player characters, were, I mean, you started out, you had fighter, which was, you had the fighter class broken down, you had ranger and paladin subclass, cleric, and you broken down, you had the druid subclass, magic user with the illusionist subclass. And then Unearthed Arcana came along and tossed all that into a cocked hat.
Yeah, unfortunately, most people I've played with lately like to play chaotic stupid as their alignment.
No kidding.
That's always been true.
And one of the things, if you're playing tabletop role play games, the thing I need to beat into people's heads is the concepts of house rules. House rules always supersede the book.
Mm-hmm.
And house rules can be squirrely. And generally, house rules are something that everybody as a group comes together and agrees on.
Mm-hmm.
And we had house rules about how to roll up characters. And then if you broke the DM, and you got another roll at whatever you were doing. So they tended to try to break me quite a bit. Seems to be a habit I've noticed.
We had a house rule that you couldn't mention the word crowbar.
Okay.
Because we had a game where we solved everything
With a crowbar. Oh, yeah. My very favorite. Prior to Forgotten Realms coming out, I love the Desert of Desolation series.
Mm-hmm.
And I will default to that. Tracy Hickman writes a hell of a module.
Oh yeah, he does.
Why are we doing this? You were caught short eating Sultan's bed.
Yep. And it was, well, the pyramid. Everybody, as soon as I can get some characters up to 4th level, we're doing the pyramid. I3, I think.
Yeah.
India 3. It is such a great. It is an engrossing. It is a pain in the ass to run, but the characters, friggin' everyone I've ever run through Pyramid has just loved it.
And now you can 3D print the whole thing.
Yeah. PTSD fighter. People are getting a little squirrely.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kelly is going, oh, Temple Elemental sucked. Oh God, I hated deming that. I hated playing it worse.
Too hard.
I've played through it, I think, twice because, oh my God,
nobody likes Elemental Evil.
No.
Well, it's Gary Gygax, and bless his heart, his world sucked. Greyhawk is a terrible world. It makes no sense whatsoever. It really doesn't. There are lawful good countries right next door to chaotic evil countries, and no reason why they're not at constant war. And his modules, it wasn't bad to take a chunk out of Elemental Evil or Tomb of Horrors, take a chunk out and play it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I had a bunch of characters. Our group, we did the grand tour,
Right.
which was giants into Drow into Queen of the Demon Web Pits.
Right.
We did that whole thing, and they thought they were bad. They came out of that. I think they were 8th or 9th level is a great level to be. They were 9th level when they came out of that by the skin of their teeth. And this is like a 7 module. And it takes you from level 1 to level 9, or you die.
Or you die.
So they thought they
Lots
were bad. So I went, okay, we got this, and we fired up the Temple of Elemental Evil. And these guys that had been through the Giant series and the Drow series and faced down the Queen of the Demon Web Pits, about halfway through it said, we're gonna finish this, but then we're gonna burn this module because it's another one that makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, okay, how the hell is this mega level critter on this level with no food.
But that's sort of the argument about most dungeons. Since
Ed Greenwood does logical dungeons.
right,
Tracy Hickman does logical dungeons.
but there has been an argument since the Dark Ages about why is this here?
Yeah.
And of course, the other thing is we have a term we use occasionally in the group I play with. Okay, combat's over. What are you going to do? We're going to gygax the bodies, which means we're looting them down to their toenails.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We my brother, when you get my brother fired up, he plays the most off the wall. Well, his last character he played was a psychotic halfling. And he'd be talking to an NPC, and halfway through it, if his rolls weren't going right, went full shanky.
Yep.
And he played one that was he had a fighter, and he was going to be an alchemist. And at the time, there wasn't. I don't think there is now an alchemist class.
Yeah,
So
There is.
At the time, there wasn't.
Right.
So he played a fighter, and every time they killed something, he would yell "specimens," and he had a harness of glass jars, and he was this psychotic alchemist, and
gut and look for parts.
they got they managed to whack a baby black dragon. So of course he went after the acid, and his description was making everybody else go, "I need a soda. I'll be right back." And then he had these jars of acid, and it was surprisingly useful, but weird. I think, have we lost the?
Oh no, they're having fun.
Oh, okay, great.
Apparently.
Okay, apparently Ben refers to as greyhawking the bodies.
Greyhawking
I like it.
okay.
We never got into the Dragonlance. The books were decent. I liked the books. We never
Mhm.
played Dragonlance at all.
We incorporated some into, yeah. We had Kender. That was fun.
Chris's character, he had 2 halfling characters, but I'm an evil dungeon master. I really am. I'm terrible, and I don't like halflings. So if there's a halfling in the story, sooner or later, you're gonna get betrayed. Oh.
A Kender well played is a wonder to behold. They're fascinating little creatures.
If somebody
I've
does them,
only ever played one twice.
if somebody does them right, they're fascinating. If somebody uses them as an excuse to play chaotic stupid,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to steal from the party. You might not want to do that.
I'm just holding it.
Guys,
I don't know how I found this.
feeling old. When sort of Shannara came out,
Mm-hmm.
I was working in the science fiction bookstore when it came out, and we kept calling it sort of Shannana. Because it was so light and fluffy compared to all the other sword and sorceries. So,
It was a good.
Tolkien with the serial numbers filed off.
Yeah, no kidding. Gnomes are great. Love gnomes played right, especially a gnome illusionist with a fetish for gems is
Pointy
just
hat.
what?
With a pointy
pointy
hat.
hat. Always.
We had a gnome illusionist in our party who was an alcoholic,
Oh, fun.
and he liked to hang out, polymorph himself into a parrot. Yeah,
Like you do.
yeah. Well, and it was always funny because we'd go into a bar, and he was usually riding my character's shoulder because I was usually playing a ranger. And we'd go in, and they'd bring the pitcher out, and the gnome would be head first into the pitcher, little parrot feet wiggling as he drank his way into the pitcher.
There are a lot of. I've got several friends that play online D&D, not the video game, but actually, apparently, you can do it.
Yeah, that's how we do it now because most of the guys in my group are spread from the East Coast to the West Coast.
I've never done that. It's always been a table where they have to look at me when they're embarrassing me.
Well, my argument was always I want to sit around a table so when you screw up, I can throw a beer bottle at you.
We always played around a table so that I could actually cook for people. So,
Kermit, Jay Tot, and Jim Tot actually played a Gnome Berserker. He played it rather well.
I've played halfling paladins. That was fun. I never played a gnome because one of the guys always played a gnome and he always wore a pointy hat. And we made fun of him for the pointy hat every time. So he you see a gnome who really looks like he wants to be wearing a pointy hat, but is not.
Jay had the pointy hat, but he had it made out of steel and painted red. And his initial attack was a charge. And he just lowered his head and charged. It's like, I had to figure out the damage from that.
I love that.
I had a barbarian that was literally going through the book of how to be a barbarian and checking things off as we did them.
Yeah. I remember there was, we spent 15 minutes arguing over whether a belt of Storm Giant strength would fit a gnome. And he finally managed to convince me, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Why is somebody eating cart horses at us?
Well, your strength, if you're strong, you can sprint, right?
Right.
Makes sense. So I'm going to lower my head and sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Lee, there was one game where we were playing where I was so mad at the GM. I brought out trigonometry to show that not only did I kill the bad guy, but I put a hole in the roof. It's like, you can't hit that. Yeah, I can. But it's a ranged spell. He's flying, and that just means the math is harder. And so I got out pen and paper and did this with a pencil. There were no calculators involved, and showed him exactly how not just through the main bad guy, but through the roof of the temple, because he pissed me off so bad. But I did not go back to that game. I set the town on fire. I'm a way out.
I need trigonometry.
Math yes. If I have to pull out math, I've stopped having fun, and I'm going to hurt you the best way possible.
The group that I DM'd for so long, friends, were real big. They were creative rules lawyers. And B, they liked doing off the wall things that. Okay, they had a issue. There was a beholder in the sewers under Silvery Moon. I think, yeah, Silvery Moon. In the sewers under Silvery Moon, there was a beholder, and they were tasked with getting rid of it, like you do.
Mm-hmm.
So, what my players did, and I sat there and watched this, was they found a tunnel going up, and they put a magic wall, a wall of stone across it, and then above the wall of stone in the void, they filled it full of magma or tar, something hot and gooey.
Right.
And then on the wall of stone, they wrote, "Oh God, it's," or something. "Oh God, it's a trap," or something. And then on the walls in glowing letters, "Look up." So the beholder's coming down, and it looks up. So what does the beholder do? Anti-magic. What's the wall? And I'm going, "You little bastards," because I had this big battle all thought out. So it dispel magic. The wall stone goes away. 40 tons of molten something lands on the ball. It's like, you little bastards. You little bastards. That was the sort of shit they kept coming up with.
You mean things like casting invisibility on a door, then taunting the Minotaur through it?
Yes.
Okay, so when the orc is charging you and you cast fly on it and it hits a tree behind you, because you can't actually do damage to the orc, but the orc can certainly damage itself. And then the fly spell wears off, and so he falls and does falling damage.
I had a friend named John, and he's before his character died terribly by being shot upon by a black dragon, because he really pissed me off. He determined that he was going to do the entire campaign with nothing but cantrips, level 0 spells from Unearthed Arcana, and stuff like Giggle and Tickle. And he did the entire campaign. Of course, everybody else has to keep him alive because he had 4 hit points. He did the whole thing. If Wayne's on here, he'll remember this. He did the whole thing with nothing but cantrips and a stick. It's like,
I had a bard that was down to 4 hit points, and we were not going to live. and so she tumbled into the dragon's mouth and cut her way out. Well, I expected she would die. And I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna do something awesome. And I made all of my saving throws.
One of his finest moments was when he cast a giggle on a sergeant in the troop review. The king's up there. King's making a speech. He keeps making the sergeant giggle. I'm thinking, okay, sergeant is executed. Like, all right, but no, I had my characters were, or my players were, they were sneaky little bastards, and they had a lot. I said rules lawyers, because they went, we're going to do this, and I'd say you can't, and they'd start reaching for the books. Like, fuck.
So, Brian, some days the dice love you. I had a character who has lived on past when I stopped playing her. She had what was known as the curse of Lady Lark. You'll notice that my name on chat is Lady Lark. It's because of this character. She had the coolest epic level items. And every time she went to use them in combat, rolled a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime she could never save against being dominated. And every time she used them against the party, I was rolling natural 20s.
Of course.
With a bow that could teleport you to the elemental plane of fire if hit with a natural 20. And I kept hitting the druid, whose very first epic level thing was Firewalk. Because she got tired of getting sent to the elemental plane of fire. So we had the curse of Lady Lark, because when I jumped in the dragon's mouth, I expected characters dying. This character's just going to go out and be awesome. Because I expected every save to fail. I expected everything I did would fail on that character, because it always did. I could not make a saving throw to save my life or my characters, which is how I went from being a bard to being a cleric, because I died so many times. The god that kept bringing me back is like, yeah, you're mine now, bitch.
We were doing one. I think it was the Drow series, and it was not going well. And number one piece of advice for if you're starting a party is go to Cheswick's, buy the pounded dice.
Yeah.
Get a salad bowl, put the pounded dice in the salad bowl. You're gonna need them. Well, the pounded dice is seconds. They're one-offs, and some of them are not weighted quite right. Well, they were losing. There was this one die, and you couldn't roll higher than 5 on this D20 to save their lives several times. And I got to the bathroom and came back, and Wayne Wisnant, who's probably out here somewhere, and Jay had taken a Pringles tin, and they cut it down to about that high, and they cut little bars, and they put dice jail. And I came back, and that D20 was in, and they put the lid on it. And I was told until it could roll right, it was staying in jail.
We were playing Blades in the Dark, which is a D6 game. And one of the guys, every roll he had was like 1, which is horrible.
Yeah.
And the GM looked at him and he said, tell you what, now before you roll it, top or bottom. You can have the number on the top or you can have the number on the bottom.
Oh.
So he says, I'll take bottom. Rolls it. All 1s on the bottom.
I have seen people pick up a dice, walk over to the door, open it,
And fling.
and
Oh yeah.
fling.
Well, that's one of our house rules is anybody can can request that the person rolling, including the DM, use the die tower. Dice tower will even out badly weighted dice. Most of the time we don't use a dice tower because it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
But if you've got that one, they say that one fucking red dice, you gotta use the dice tower. Okay.
So I had books that were signed by the people who wrote them.
Oh, nice.
Some of the D&D books and some of our the steampunk one. We actually went to the launch of that. And so you would rub your D20s over the signature to bless them before a game. I wasn't allowed to do that because they were afraid that my dice would curse the signature. Yeah. So Eberron, yes, Eberron. I actually loved Eberron.
Oh,
That was a
Eberron.
great
I'm
campaign.
putting together a campaign in my head loosely based on Eberron. I like some of the ideas. I'm doing a loosely based, sort of a steampunk D&D in my head.
Well, the guy who wrote it was based out of Boulder, so we actually
Really?
got to go to the launch, and that was
Well
pretty
done.
cool. Yeah. So, but we are
Oh, we are 10 minutes over.
over.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Don't forget, Pecan, come see me at my finest. Ish.
Ish.
Don't forget, Pimp Noir 2. What happened was Space Cowboys 4 all closed at September 30th. Recipe book. Send us your recipes. One recipe per file, please.
Yes.
In 12-point Timmy's. And do DLT 14th. Y'all be safe.
Bye, guys.